All right, and we are here with our very cool friend Christian, who's written a very cool book, who I'm told he's going to share a little bit about it with us. Christian, how you doing?
Doing good. How about you, John?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here at the event. Is this your first time at Amfest?
So number 3.
Okay.
Number 3.
What is your impression of this event versus the previous ones that you attended?
I mean, everyone's here for a reason.
Yeah.
No one's here by accident this time. Everyone knows why they're here.
Yeah.
They're here to honor Charlie, but they're here because of Charlie.
Yeah.
And they're here with a mission.
Yeah.
They're not just floating.
Yeah, I think that was one of the more powerful things that we saw in the wake of the assassination, where I'm not sure if you attended the memorial service.
I did.
But it was a truly spiritual experience. I'd never have attended anything quite like that. I've gone to my share of what they may call, maybe not very nicely, mega churches, where, we've got our hands in the air and everything. Usually not my cup of tea, but I respect worship when I see it. Though I will say, seeing such a massive gathering of Christian patriots all paying respects not only to Charlie but to God was truly something very moving. And seeing that then, grow into this event, as I think the largest one they've ever done, has also been very moving to see.
Yeah, I think the first year I came to this 2 years ago, Amfest officially surpassed CPAC as the biggest conservative event in history. That was 15,000 that year.
Yeah.
So the security guys told me yesterday 20 to 30,000 this year.
Yeah.
And to the funeral, I think, when I was sitting there on the floor, I was like, I just had like an epiphany after epiphany. This is like an answer to our prayers.
Yes.
That the revival is here. And I think we've lost the focus of where everyone's up there. Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance, the vice president. We have every cabinet official up there proclaiming the gospel.
Yep.
It's not go become Catholic, go become Eastern Orthodox, go become Baptist, non-denominational, nothing. It's the gospel.
Yeah.
And we've lost that, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think we've especially lost it. I mean, even just in the aftermath of that, there seemed to be this moment of unity where people wanted to come together, and now people just seem to want to give in to their more, we'll say, undesirable behaviors and engage in just like nonsense. Think about like what we're here doing in the first place, what we're supposed to be focused on, and people just like are less interested in that than they are like tabloid drama or gossip.
Right. Charlie didn't die to investigate his death.
Right.
Charlie died. What did he proclaim right before he died?
Yeah.
He proclaimed the gospel.
That's right.
That's where we got to get back to. I mean, in proclaiming every conspiracy under the sun, sure, it feels good. It's exciting, right? It's exhilarating, right? Trying to figure something out, especially as men, solving a problem, right?
Yeah.
That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
But we lose the focus.
Yeah, and it's also just a form of cowardice, which is why the branding of the whole like investigation and conspiracy genre is so dishonest to me, because they're trying to advertise themselves as people who are really like speaking truth to power, but ultimately they're driving the focus away from what is actually threatening to the powers that be, which is like an assault against these like communist people, and then also proclaiming the name of Jesus Christ. Like, insofar as you're not doing those things, nobody's actually, they may be annoyed by what you're doing, but they're not going to be seriously threatened by it the way they would be if you were actually trying to forward the cause that Kirk died forwarding, which was a cause rooted in Christianity and an advancing of American nationalism, so that American Christians can have a country that their parents and grandparents would actually recognize, as opposed to whatever this present iteration is.
I mean, John, I don't think by killing Charlie that the left won, but the left wins when we don't continue his mission, right? Like you're saying.
Yeah.
That's when the left wins.
That's right.
They didn't win by taking his life. They win by distracting us.
Sure.
And, I mean, I think that's what I came here for, to try to get back to that. What's the focus of this event going to be? When Erica walks on the stage, where's the focus?
Yeah.
We've seen what she did at the memorial. We've seen what she did on the shows promoting his final book in the past week or two. And I think she's turning that focus back.
Yeah.
Especially in taking the meeting of Candace private on Monday, turning the focus back to Christ.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see that in a couple minutes on stage.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. Now, before that happens, though, I do want to talk to you a little bit about the book. I want to know why you wrote it. I want to know how it's doing. I want to know if you're going to write more books. So, tell us a little bit about what's going on there.
Yeah, so, John, I just turned 20. Actually, on Friday, I just graduated college.
December, baby?
Yeah.
Did you get Christmas presents in the same wrapping paper as you were getting birthday presents, or did your parents make an effort to differentiate those?
It did not. No, they didn't really care. All in one.
I'm a December baby, and so I relate to that struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back in 2023, so we're 2025 now, about to start 26. In 2023, I wrote the book, but I wrote it and published it the day before my 18th birthday.
Yeah.
When I was 17. And the story really starts before that. In January of 2023, I spent 9 days in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 6 days, a week in a coma. I was unconscious. I was out. And I was supposed to be on a missions trip at the time instead of being in the hospital, right? Nobody wants to be in the hospital.
Yeah.
And there's one thing I remember from the 9 days, and it's waking up from being unconscious and having one thought in my mind, and it's, where's my Bible? I don't know about you. I have one of those big ESV thick like study Bibles.
Yeah.
And it feels like a brick. I carry it everywhere. And I remember ripping the IV out of my arm, just waking up from being unconscious and finding my Bible on the windowsill across the room and sitting back down with it, opening up to a random page.
Yeah.
And crying out the words, I surrender. And a day later, running laps around the hospital after they didn't know what was wrong with me.
Literally running laps?
Literally running laps around that floor of the hospital. I kid you not, John. And running away from the doctor saying, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And they didn't know what was wrong with me the whole time. Even after I left the hospital, they didn't know what was wrong with me. They still don't know what caused it, but the Lord completely healed me. Performed a miracle.
Yeah.
I think it's different when we hear of miracles. We read the stories in the Bible with Jesus healing the lame and everything, right? Until we experience the power of prayer. And that was like the moment I did. So I got out on a Friday, started the last semester of high school on Monday.
Yeah.
And I'd read a senior thesis project. It's like 20 pages. Instead of writing on declining birth rates, I wrote on the essentiality of freedom of speech.
Sure.
And over 6 weeks, instead of 20 pages, I wrote 70 as a high schooler. And I couldn't drive for 4 months.
Yeah.
Because I was out of it. They diagnosed me with viral encephalitis. My brain was swollen and inflamed, and I was on my deathbed. And one day in April, my mom was driving me home from high school, and she said, I could see some books in your future. So at that point, that's like the light bulb that went off. So over the next 6 weeks between April and June, I'm a little bit crazy, so most people would say that they want to write a book before they die, right? Everyone wants a book, right? So I said, I want to write a book before I become an adult.
Yeah.
Before I become a legal adult, I want a book. So 6 weeks until my birthday, and I wrote the book. And it's called America, Don't Give Up Your Right to Freedom of Speech.
Yeah.
It did pretty well. I didn't know a single person. No one in these circles, I didn't know a single person who had wrote a book before. No one. And within a month of it being out, the president had a copy. So it did pretty good.
Yeah.
Did pretty good. Threw me into this world, and now we're here.
Not bad for a soon-to-be adult, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. That's an amazing story. Were you more or less like aware of what you were experiencing at the time, whether you were like literally running laps around the hospital or when you're driving with your mom? Like, was this all real to you yet? Were you kind of like digesting this, or it wasn't until maybe later on that you started to kind of accept the gravity of the situation and that experience that you had with the Lord in the hospital?
I think it's not really until moments like this where I really reflect on that, like what he did. I know that he's called me to this.
Yeah.
I'm not here just to sit on a stage. I'm not here to have a mic. I'm here because he put me on my deathbed and told me, you now have an assignment, and if I can share one part of that, a week before the book came out, and my first ever media hit.
Yeah.
It was on Fox and Friends at 5:30 in the morning. Fox and Friends, 5:30 in the morning. First ever hit. No newspaper.
Is that you were in Eastern time at 5:30? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
At 5:30 in the morning. And like after that interview, and just in time of solitude with the Lord, and he reminded me of something that I felt like he spoke to me like in sophomore year of high school before that. And he spoke to me back then, I want to use you as a voice for this generation. And I thought about like the Fox and Friends hit, like wait, I was just a voice for the generation.
Yeah.
I was just talking for Gen Z. I didn't even know what Gen Z was at the time, honestly.
Yeah.
And he reminded me of that. I was like, wait, you just did it, God. Done. I can end it right here. Because I've never been the guy to talk.
Sure.
I've always been the shy kid behind my mom's leg. I was like, you're done. And the Lord's like, no, it's not a one-time assignment. It's a lifetime mission.
Yeah.
So here we are, lifetime mission, that we're all here to bring the Lord to the forefront.
Yeah.
That's the way we believe in Christ, and we go to heaven, we do his work, right?
Yeah.
Ephesians 2 says that we are put here because we are his workmanship created in Christ Jesus, right?
Yeah. That's absolutely right. Okay, so you did all that. You're 26, you said.
20 now.
Oh, okay,
20.
so now you're 20. Okay, I was going to say, I thought I heard 26. I was like, no way, this guy's older than me. Okay, so you did all that.
How old are you, John? How old?
How old do you think I am?
24 and a half.
I'll take it. I'm 24 and a half exactly. We don't have prizes to give away, but if we did, I'll tell you what, we would give them to you immediately. I was going to ask though, okay, so you've done all this, you're 20. What's next? Are we writing more books? Are we doing more speeches, more 5:30 a.m. Fox and Friends hits? Yeah?
I think we've got to.
Yeah.
And like I said, it doesn't stop here.
That's right.
It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop in Amfest. Sure, this is going to feel like one of the highs, right?
Yeah.
When we go back, go to Christmas, start the new year, this all starts again.
Yeah.
We can start it over if you want with the clock, but we're still continuing the mission. I think we'll write another book. We'll write maybe 10 the rest of my life. I don't know.
Yeah.
If the Lord wills for me to live that long, but I definitely want to write another one, restart the podcast, and come back into this
We
world.
need more podcasts. Yeah. I believe that firmly. We need more just like...
More speech.
Yes, we need guys just sitting down with microphones, making podcasts.
Yeah.
And the world will be a better place.
You're living it.
That's right. That is right. I was going... That's... Sorry, I'm laughing at my podcast.
When did you start that?
I did like 7 years ago, man.
Yeah.
When I was actually roughly about the age that you were when you had your initial experience, and then your journey going into that, which your mom was very right in sort of ushering and guiding you towards that. It was definitely the right move there. But yeah, I think that is a very good thing to do, and I think we certainly need more people out there doing it, regardless of medium. Be that Fox and Friends podcast, books, or whatever. Unfortunately, our generation doesn't read too much,
right?
And so maybe you can reverse that a little bit, or you can do an audio book or something.
Yeah. No, every book's got to have an audio book.
That's right.
When are you doing your first book?
I don't know.
You got to do that.
Maybe I'm 25 and a half as opposed to 24 and a half. So we'll see, man. Okay, so that's what's up next for you. I was going to say, too, with ending the year with AmFest, it's always been such a great thing to carry that momentum into the following year. You come here, you see a bunch of great people, you get to see friends that you only really see at these events, and it really puts a sort of clarity on you that the rest of the country really doesn't have after, like, December 10th. Corporate America, everybody kind of checks out. Okay, we'll take care of it in the new year. So psychologically, it does get people into a very kind of, like, relaxed, last call kind of state. Whereas with stuff like this, I mean, obviously, the fate of the world is literally in our hands. And so it is very important for us to get together and have these conversations and go into the new year with a sense of clarity that, frankly, most other people just aren't going to have.
Right, it's not even that we get just corporate America here. We get everyone out of D.C.
Yeah.
You know how beneficial it is to get people out of D.C.?
Yeah.
I mean, you could say we get someone to sunny Phoenix, but we get everyone out of D.C. to their home people right here. And everyone can celebrate together. And then we're energized for the new year, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we kick it off.
Yeah, I don't know if I asked you this. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Delaware.
Okay. So you want to get as far away from D.C. as possible.
Yeah.
You've been in proximity to the beast, as it were.
It's awful.
Yeah.
The only fun part's going in the White House. Just say you're at the White House. That's about it.
Okay. So did you fly in then, like today or yesterday, or?
Flew in yesterday.
Okay. And how long are you staying?
Sunday.
Okay. Very cool. So yeah, you're gonna stick it through the whole event. Very good. And then, okay. I guess I'm out of things I was gonna ask.
Where are you from, actually?
Detroit originally.
Detroit.
Yeah. And then I was in Texas for about 4 years, and now I'm. Actually, I don't want to say where I am. I'm in a new location. It's a great location.
That's good.
But anyway, man, we're going to wrap up here. Go ahead and plug your stuff. Let people know where they can find you. It was great having you on, and we're all, I think, looking forward to seeing more from you in your subsequent years now that you've become a 20-year-old man as opposed to a 17-year-old young man.
Yeah. You can go to americadon'tgiveup.com. Check out the book, the podcast, everything there. All the social media is there. It's americadon'tgiveup.com.
Awesome, Christian. Thanks again for being here. God bless. Merry Christmas, and we will look forward to the next book. I expect a signed copy of this book.
All right. Thank you, John.
Yes, sir.